a brand new week, and of course, that is a brand new vlog. So, this week's vlog is going to focus on content monetization. How do you actually monetize, particularly with a small channel and in a country like Lesotho? Hi, guys, my name is TK Ntebe, also known as the Finance Traveler, and on this channel, we talk everything life. Documenting my life, finance, travel, and everything else in between. So I'm going to delve into a number of ways you can monetize as a content creator in Lesotho particularly, but also across the Southern African region. But I'm also going to dive into how I'm monetizing with a small channel. So stay glued, from voiceovers to YouTube videos to brand deals, all of that jazz. I'm going to unpack how you can go about monetizing your content and hopefully building it to a 7-figure business. Let's get into this week's vlog.
We have met before. It's the same as always, waiting at the airport with your coat and gloves. Same time every winter, smiling like you knew me. And now all my emotions are searching for you in places we've never been. Now I'm starting to realize the chance I've been given, but I am so afraid. Time is standing still when you lift your suitcase, turn around and say bye. Oh, I would be a fool not to ask you gently if you stay forever. And now all my emotions are searching for you in places we've never been. Now I'm starting to realize the chance I've been given, but I am so afraid.
So let's start with where it all began. How did I get into content creation? So for as long as I can remember, and I'm talking primary school days, I used to enjoy writing. And going into varsity, I would write blogs, write articles for different publications, for different magazines. And that's where really my journey as a content creator started. At the time, I was not entirely sure that is content creation, but what I knew for a fact is I enjoyed writing and sharing my stories and thoughts on different topics, ranging from finance into personal development, into thought leadership and the likes. And then in 2020, I've always wanted to be on TV for as long as I could remember. I'm talking about Top Billing, I'm talking about YoTV, Backstage. Crazy, yes, I used to be that guy. So in 2019 actually, I became very intentional about starting a YouTube channel. At the time, I was not sure what was going on. I did not know how YouTube worked as a creator, and that's where my journey started. So I started creating videos on YouTube. Very messy. You should check them out. They were terrible. But I started creating videos on YouTube covering different lifestyles, sharing finance content, and all that jazz. And then in 2021, I actually moved into the podcasting world. Again, I did not know what to do. But at the time, I was already monetizing my writing. So I used to write for different articles, for different publications rather, for different magazines, like I mentioned. But this time around, instead of just writing, I was actually getting paid. And at the time, I also did not know how to price my writing. But articles were, I would submit articles to different publications and they would pay me, and later on I learned different pricing strategies that you can actually charge per word. Hey, and that's when I started making decent money as a writer. So I got into a 6-month contract with an insurance company, Alliance, where I used to write the weekly finance column, Le Roueur, and then it moved into another 6 months. The contract was extended for 6 months, and then we actually did a 2-year contract where I had to write articles every single week for 2 years. So that's one way you can monetize. I think oftentimes people who are great writers or storytellers, script writers, overlook how they can monetize that platform. So the first way I monetize my content is through writing for different publications, different platforms, etc. And sometimes you can also do copy for websites. Guys, hey, there's money out there to be made. So that's the one stream that we're going to do. I'm just waiting for Biza and Kiva to show up for a voiceover. So that's a second avenue. If you've got a great voice and you sound very good on camera or on audio, then you can move into voiceover and doing you can launch yourself as a voiceover artist, and then you can move into that space and then monetize. I don't think I'm much of a voiceover, but people tell me otherwise, and I've done a couple of voiceovers where I actually got paid. And after that I thought, hey, maybe there's another income stream I can unlock as a creator. So I'm going to show you the behind the scenes as we record Kiva's voiceover recording rather, and then also check out her YouTube channel. She has a YouTube channel where she talks everything lifestyle, beauty, skincare, and career guidance for millennials. So we're gonna do the voiceover, and I'm just waiting for them to show up so that we can start the recording. She's doing the voiceover. I'm just here to support. But that's another income stream you can tap into. What is going on here? 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Where's the? Oh, that's a new mic that does not.
Yeah.
The pop filter.
New
technologies, man. Welcome to the Open Corner podcast. My name is Tukison Chemem. I don't identify, but anyway, if they say you are a voice artist, you shall become a voice artist. The talent is in the building, and she wants happy juice, adult juice. The content creator industry is wild in this country, but we do what we must. Voiceover recording must be done, audio mastering, video editing, all before tomorrow. This is what happens behind the actual scenes. So when we talk about content monetization, 10,000. Yeah. Just finish it, quick.
And I have to deliver this tomorrow,
so that he can plug it into the video and send to the client. Welcome to the creative industry with a working mama, corporate baddie, creative baddie.
Tomorrow. We need it tomorrow.
Yeah. So there's no sleeping.
Celebrating 30 years of commitment and progress, Road Fund has dedicated itself to building a better, safer, and more accessible road network across the nation. Okay, that's one. Okay, so we're gonna record sample 1 and sample 2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we're
Who's
going
going to do the first presentation?
Agent,
Ain't nobody. 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 The word resilience, okay? I hate the word resilient. Oh my god, I hate it with a passion. I hate it with a
He never says anything.
Hello.
Yeah.
Do you know how funny it was walking in here? How can one speak? I said,
What's up?
He's had a long day.
Very long.
This is the
girl.
husband. The husband. Making us work hard.
A sporting update for this morning. Let's get straight into this morning's financial nuggets of wisdom. That's what I love about it. It's what I love about it. Some nuggets of wisdom. Already in studio, we have Dora the Explorer with a whole lot of aura. Already in studio this morning. Good morning.
Top of the morning, Miss Easy.
To you. Ikai coffee, my Americano.
Well, the way I was raised, you don't bring such things into the studio, so I have
You're right.
utmost respect for the space.
You would have left it there by the table.
Oh, now noted.
At which point I would have just
noted.
grabbed it
No
during the
further, no further comments. I will fix that problem and I'll get my act in order.
Yes, I was telling someone just now, now I'm very low maintenance.
I was shocked actually. I was like, Moto, it's coffee. I mean, that's like $100
I'm just,
minimum, maximum extra.
I think the biggest bottle of Yamuto is $15.
Plus coffee kibo third,
Yeah.
$50.
So if depending on where you buy it,
I mean, well, instant coffee. We work Express is an Americanos, cafe lattes.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, there's no in between. Either I am rural or like
bougie. Ish.
Otherwise, welcome to TK.
Thank you so much.
This morning we're talking about content monetization,
Yeah.
which is your forte and your forte because I think you're one of the biggest content creators in the sense, not even in numbers. There are people who have a bigger following than you do.
Sure.
But your moves are bigger than the people, than those who have a bigger following.
The bag, baby, the bag.
That's what I'm saying.
So,
yeah.
you know, do you know what actually inspired this conversation or this topic rather? I was watching you on the J&J network yesterday from the Wadamaya masterclass, and I loved your particular segment, and I was like, let's talk about content monetization. And I think the reason,
I didn't see.
Girl, I'll share the link. You are very popular in these streets.
Wait, I'm somewhere and I don't know about this.
I'll send you the link after this.
No, that's amazing.
Sure.
I need to go see guys. What is
Sure.
famous?
Beautiful interview. So for me, what was inspiring is there's this conversation that you can't monetize as a creator in Lesotho on the different social media platforms. And granted, YouTube, Facebook is we're getting closer to it. But for me, I'm always like, how can we make money as creators in Lesotho in the environment that is not very enabling? How do we create opportunities for ourselves, right? So I thought, let's talk about content monetization beyond the platforms, right? So you're on TikTok, Miss E. Great content, beautiful following, huge following. How then do we convert the likes and the engagement into rands and into lutis and maludi into maludi actually,
and
So for me, I'm always thinking, how can we monetize as creators? Big following, small following, there's opportunities to monetize. So the first one is brand deals. Oftentimes when we think of brand deals or brand campaigns or brand partnerships, we think these big corporate brands in the country. What about the small, medium enterprises that are looking to grow and make sales? You know, how about partnering with those people to say, hey man, this is what's happening, let's do that, you know? So for me, I think an underrated monetization strategy is collaborating with small, medium enterprises. Small, medium enterprises.
You're right to say that, because there is a certain, I think, stereotype about how also branding comes into play. Where you associate certain brands to be superior to others. So you gun for those big ones, and there's a lot of red tape.
There's a lot of red tape.
You think TK has it, it was simple, but he went through hoops to get to that point where he is. Whereas there are people, they take Sesame Moto, Miss E rata motoho, but she's like,
And you also known anyway, which makes the easiest user-generated content, which makes it very easy. So I think oftentimes we overlook these these opportunities, right?
Dora the Explorer with a whole lot of aura, who's also an author, in studio talking content monetization. If you just joined us, you are a little bit late, but better late than never. But never late is better. TK.
Hello. Yeah.
So so then how can we then collaborate and see to it that these brands who want to ride the wave of maybe your content being successful, Luana, how can you make that work to your advantage? Yeah.
Sure.
So in some living examples, how can you say this could work for somebody maybe like me who creates comedy content?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Product placement. So beyond the ticket, the ticket is a certain value.
Yes.
So I think for me it starts with what do you want as SE, right? Have that number in mind and then break it down. I'm not one for once-off things. There's nothing wrong with a once-off anything, but I'm all for about longevity. Let's build the relationship, right? Yeah. So beyond this event that we're doing, what else can we do? There's something that like a voiceover. Who's the voiceover artist, right?
Yeah.
I should be the voiceover artist. When you talk about launching something, I should be the program director. So you start looking for avenues to monetize beyond that and to also expand, right? Sometimes when I love what Queen Bee does. She is an MC, but she's also a businesswoman. So anyway, that is her sparkling wine. You get what I mean? So you also need to have a product. Is in the event where those campaigns and collaborations aren't there, then you can't say lab because you have other sources of income, which is your business. No, so for me is we need to get to a point where the attention converts into a transaction. I heard this on a YouTube video I was watching. Turn that attention into a transaction, whatever space you are in. So for me and for you, it's either it's a voiceover, it's a speaking engagement, it's a hosting event, it's a product sale. It needs to
doing this, that, and the third.
Exactly. So the attention, the likes, the following need to translate into a transaction that puts maluti into your bank account. Creating content is costly.
It is.
And I think lastly, in the last 2 minutes or rather, is we must see it as a business. If you register your content creation as a business, Miss E trading as whatever, or Miss E comes whatever the case may be, that takes benefits that can start deducting the costs and expenses that you incur, which means that you're operating as a business. So you invoice, you have expenses, then you start paying taxes, reducing the tax that you have to pay. So we need to graduate from just the vibes and start operating like content creators in business. In fact, let me change it. Business people who are creating content. Yes.
I was talking to an advocate, Maubani, Advocate Itumiling. She is an IP consultant. So she was talking about intellectual property. So I want us to also talk about how we can intertwine all of that and make it into a package where we now educate the regular content creator who's at home right now, listening home.
Sure.
Yeah, because there's some people who are not privy to the fact that there are a lot of content creators who are making bank in the country.
And back to what I said earlier on, it's beyond the platforms. It is. It's beyond the platforms. You can make money on the platforms, but that's not the only way you can make in trading. So there are content creators, and the nice thing at the content creators who are making bank or bag is bathozi.
Of course.
So
Move in silence.
They move in silence because they know I'm taking my following and I'm treating my social media pages to not fumble the bag. So let's get to a point where we don't fumble the bag by posting recklessly on digital platforms because now the reason you're not getting the bag is because and you are causing controversy on those social media platforms. Yes.
Those people are not the people who are engaging with your content. Those are the people who don't even follow you, but they know about you. Those are the people who make decisions in big
in boardrooms.
And they're like, there's a person there. Thanks so much, TK.
Always a pleasure.
I can't wait for next week. It's going to be lovely. Expanded IP, yes. IP. Your regular who wants to get into content. Otherwise, it is a minute before we get to 9 o'clock. Thank you so much for choosing Bukamos 974. Always a pleasure hanging out with you. From the expensive voice, Miss Easy does it plain easy. Don't be sleazy. Back again, same time, same place tomorrow morning. But for now, I'm out of here, baby.
The driver James.
Yes.
Dare to dream with me.
You've heard so many stories, but now you know
Dare to dream.
that all you have are worries. They come and go. That talk about silver linings is just pretend. When your heart is slowly dying until the end. When everything falls into pieces and you have wasted every teardrop, as it seems for no good reason. Give me something to believe in. I'll be your comfort and preserver, and I'll wipe away your teardrops when the night is getting.
So, another income stream that small creators or creators with big following, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's on TikTok, or whether it's on YouTube, is oftentimes people think that you need to monetize on the platform. And I have found that sometimes brand deals and brand collabs are the way to go. So while you may not monetize necessarily on these respective platforms, you can also start monetizing through brand campaigns and brand deals. And when we think of brand deals, we often think the big corporates, because they do have bigger budgets, yes, and it comes with a lot of affirmation and validation rather. And yeah, those are the kind of deals that we want to go for. But a segment that is often overlooked is small, medium enterprises who need influencer marketing, who need content creators to help them market and promote their businesses and business services or business products. So that's another income stream that I have been leaning more into lately. Is yes, the money may not necessarily be big, but it can help cover some production costs. It can help generate some sort of income, and the more work and value you provide to these brands, the more impactful your work becomes, and the more you can raise your pricing and modify your rate card. So I think there's a lot to do on brand partnerships, and I think in one short video I actually spoke about this and how we can leverage that. So personally, I think as a country we have a lot of potential content wise, but I feel like we are not really unleashing its full capacity and potential. Yes, we talk about monetization, and yes, we are not monetized on the platforms, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. But does that mean that we are unable to monetize? With over with so many small, medium enterprises in the country that need marketing, with so many corporates, yes, the corporate pool is very small, but with so many corporates in need of content, UGC, user-generated content, campaigns with influencers. Are we saying with NGOs, are we saying that we can't monetize? Really? And for me, when I think of the creative economy, I'm working with Seppi Brew from Paper Cut. You should follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Follow them on Instagram, and the different teams, your Matsuso Photographies, your Visa Streets, your Titan, your Media Lab, all these people. Are we saying that they don't have the talent to monetize? Are we saying they don't have the talent to work with creators and help them elevate the content? We have people who are copywriters, copy editors, we have script writers, filmmakers. So the creative industry is alive. We have voice artists, So are we saying that we can't monetize all those things? Really? So for me, I think instead of the toxicity, and instead of the fights, and instead of the arguments of who should get what, if we come together and unite as creators in Lesotho, we can tell stories by Lesotho for the rest of the world to see. in our different niches, whether it's in finance, it's in banking, it's in lifestyle, it's in travel, it's in education. We can do so much more. So I think it's time that we change our mindset as creatives and focus on getting the work done, getting it done well, and pushing it out there. For YouTube to recognize us, we need to have volume. Are we creating quality content consistently so that they can recognize that there's a market? I don't know. When we think about monetization, we are only thinking about these platforms and monetizing on these platforms, which brings me to that next point of how you can monetize. So currently I am monetized on YouTube as a Lesotho creator, and I've been receiving a lot of questions from a lot of people to say, how did I go about this? So first and foremost, you need to have 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. Secondly, you need to have over 4,000 public watch hours over a 365-day time period, right? So that means that people need to watch your videos for almost 4,000 hours in that particular year. Now that can be very challenging. Some people get it done in 6 months, 3 months, and some people take a bit longer. I took a bit longer, and I think I'm only now at 4,400 subscribers, but I have started monetizing through AdSense or ad revenue. So this is where YouTube, once you're part of the monetization program, is the more ads that play on your videos, the more views, the niche that you are in, then you can start monetizing. I've made some money. I think I made, the first payment was around 1,200, so it hasn't really been a big paycheck, but I've started monetizing, and all I did was to change my location to South Africa as a South African YouTuber. So that's a plug right there. The other way that I'm also monetizing through the AdSense revenue is through my blog. So I have a blog where I write on personal finance and wealth creation, money conversations, and all of that jazz. And what I have done is I've enabled Google to place ads on my website in exchange for getting paid for that. So when you go onto my website www.mymoneyadventures.com, you'll see ads from ShopRite, from whatever company, both local, international, and regional, placing ads on my platform. So what I'm basically saying, similar to the brand deals, is what you have as a creator is you have attention. So how do you monetize and how do you leverage that attention in order to generate income? So that's the other way that I do. And then the last one for this particular vlog, without making it too long, is affiliate marketing, or affiliate marketing. So because I consume a lot of local products, I go to different events, and I generally love to share information, is what I've started doing is to unlock opportunities to monetize through affiliates. So for example, I've done affiliate marketing with different brands such as Sinata Premium Gin, where I would talk about it, post it, and for every sale that they would get, I would get some sort of commission from that. So other people use Amazon's, other people use Take-A-Lot, or whatever platform there is. So that's another income stream that I think you as a creator, particularly in Lesotho, can lean into in order to generate. If there are products that you're already using and you are able to show that particular business that you can convert and bring more sales in exchange for commission or whatever they give you, that's another income stream that you can do. So when we talk about content monetization in Lesotho, I believe, yes, the platforms, like I kept on saying, are not monetized, but there's so much more we can do in order to monetize and create these opportunities, because what we have is we have an audience, a committed audience, an engaged audience, but we also have the attention. So the question is, how do you convert that attention into currency? How do you convert that attention into currency so that you can monetize, pay your bills, create a livelihood for yourself, and all that jazz? So I'm going to close this vlog here. Well, maybe not just yet, because I have a podcast recording with DJ Allegro on the Allegro Africa podcast. So I'll probably do just the behind the scenes to incorporate in this blog. But let me know how you are monetizing as a creator. How has the journey been? Has this video provided some sort of insight? Or let me know in the comment section. Let's talk about content monetization, particularly for small creators with low following. And if you're also a Lesotho creator, I want to know how you are going about monetizing your content. Let's have the conversation. See you at the Allegro Africa podcast studios later this evening. Ciao.
I've got this feeling, I'm feeling you could be the one. I see no reason why I should ever let you go. I don't wanna wake up if I'm dreaming, because you know I can't get enough of this feeling you're giving me. Don't wanna wake up, no, I don't wanna wake up. I don't wanna wake up without you, baby, without. I wouldn't know what to.
Just got to the Allegro studios, setting up for the podcast that we're about to have in a short bit. Yeah, guys, remember to like, comment, and subscribe to his YouTube channel, and remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Let's get the ball rolling.
Hey, so kind of what you just think about.
Okay, financing. Okay.
Sometimes I forget to breathe. I'm looking in your eyes, wish you could see the things I see. I don't wanna wake up